Leaf fans, I just want to get something off the table.
Oh my gosh.
I got to get it off the table. Enough. Just because the Panthers took the Leafs to 7, or the Leafs took the Panthers to 7 games. I said that the wrong way.
Yep.
It does not mean they were the second best team in the playoffs. It does not mean they should run it back. Paul Bissonnette is trolling you. This is, please do not forget games 5 and 7. The Panthers are the best team in the league by a wide margin. And that's just the end of it. But it doesn't mean that the second round Leafs are the second best team in the playoffs.
Yes, it does.
How many times are we going to do that?
It means that there was...
That's how sports works.
Had they won game 3 or game 5 or game 7, there was a path to the final. That's all it means.
No, they won.
That's all
the
it means.
Leafs won the Stanley Cup last night.
They did.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Can we stop being a meme? We need to stop being a meme. I'm sick. I'm twisted. I'm broken. You can't fix it.
Yep. Now,
Billy Talent. Listen. It's a good song. Good album.
it is.
It's a very good album. Ben Kowalowitz follows
Steve,
me on
what's
Twitter.
your message to Leafs fans who are coping very hard?
Stop it.
Just accept that it wasn't good enough.
I refuse to say we're better than this. We're not.
Yeah, what?
Let's admit it. We're pawn scum.
Did you just get here?
We're awful.
We're obviously not better than
We're sick and wrong in the brain. But
No,
listen.
we're better than the Oilers.
Oh yeah. You know, here, let me tell you. This is let me tell you how not close the Leafs were, actually.
Give it to us.
How not close anyone was. So it's what was good about the Leafs took them to 7 discourse. What was good about that is it caused me to take a deeper look at the Panthers' run.
Yep.
No disrespect to the Lightning, the Leafs, the Hurricanes, or the Oilers. No one was close. No one was even sort of close.
Right.
Panthers scored 94 goals in these playoffs.
Yep.
That is the most since what year? Go ahead and guess.
It's the most ever, isn't it?
No.
No, 94 or I
93.
The 90-91 Mario Lemieux, Jaromir Jagr, Ron Francis Penguins.
Is that good?
It's a little bit good.
At a most, you're thinking about road goals.
Oh, is it road goals? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
That would make sense. So that I haven't checked. What I was trying to check was goal differential. So NHL.com doesn't actually show you goal differential. So like for the playoffs, so you have to go through manually. I was looking it up on the train. I got back to 95, 96, and the Panthers were still first. I don't, maybe it's the record. I don't know. I would have to go back further. But they were a plus 38. They murdered the Lightning. Murdered dead. National television, no arrests. The Leafs, they pounded 3 times in that series. Pounded them. And the most important, it made Adam react like that. Murdered the Hurricanes, nearly swept them. And after 4 games against the Oilers, it was tied, but it was 2 Oilers overtime wins and highly unlikely overtime wins. And I'm left with, after 4 games, okay, it's a tied series. The Panthers are the better team. Game 5, they went, "You're right, Steven." Game 6, they just toyed with their food in an elimination game. It was sick and deplorable and sadistic, and no one was close. We have to stop.
Yes.
No one can hang their hat on their series with the Panthers. Not one of the team. They didn't have home ice advantage in any series. They played like garbage heading into the playoffs. None of it mattered. Absolutely none of it mattered. They ripped each opponent limb from limb, and like the boa constrictor I always say that they got stronger as time went on. The more you tried to breathe in and out, the harder they squeezed.
They only lost back-to-back games once during the entire playoff.
And that was against the Leafs.
Games 1 and 2 against
the
godforsaken.
Other than that,
what did we do to deserve them?
Other than that, every time they lost, they bounced back with a victory.
I also want to say that being second place isn't the goal. So everybody that's like, run it back, I'm like, hey, that would still mean them they would lose in the first or second round again.
Go ask Oilers
To
fans
the
this morning how much
Panthers.
second place matters.
No, Adam. If you run it back, that means maybe a bounce goes your way.
Oh,
and
that's how
you're
the Panthers
Stanley
won.
Cup final.
You know what? The Panthers just had four rounds, and entire seasons of things just happening
Yeah.
to go their way. No, you win because
What
you're
you
the
do-
best. You
what
don't
you
win.
do-
They were so
You
far and away the
ignore
best.
Evidence. You ignore the evidence. You flush it. You block out the noise.
I'm going
flush that
to
game.
punch you
You learn
in your
lessons.
huge
You
Adam's
learn
apple.
lessons.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Come back the next season and you just play your game again, which you played well. It's just the bounces didn't go in your way.
Oh,
You're
for
going to
God's
flush
sake.
those bounces.
And yeah, and Paul Maurice is right. They were really close in games 5 and 7.
Also,
here's,
it's the fans' fault.
here's what I want to do.
What if we're all dead and this is purgatory?
It's Steve's fault. Steve got Brendan Shanahan
What if we
fired.
all died? What if I died 37
It's-
years ago and was born to live this life?
People don't, I don't think, quite get it. Being a Leafs fan is like Sisyphus pushing that boulder up the.
Sisyphus and Tantalus.
Yeah. Now I want to throw this at you. Oh yeah, Tantalus, I guess, is the one that pushes it up, isn't it?
No, Sisyphus is the push.
The
Tantalus is the
water.
food.
It was the food,
Food
or
and
water?
water.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, I want to bring you back to April 11th, 2023. The most consequential hockey game of the last 5 years in the NHL.
At minimum.
It
At
is a
minimum.
game between the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Chicago Blackhawks.
I watched
And
the highlights last night.
And the AP, let me just get to the headline before you tell anything.
Okay, go.
The headline says, Pens playoff streak in jeopardy after 5-2 loss to Chicago. Here's what happened in the game. Scoreless first. Connor Murphy scored for the Blackhawks in the second. Malkin with a power play goal, his 27th of the year, to start the third off. And then Buddy Robinson,
Buddy Robinson.
Andreas Athanasiou, and Tyler Johnson.
Andreas Athanasiou off a goal that should have Tristan Jarry in jail.
Buddy Robinson, by the way, got an assist on that Athanasiou goal.
He had a multi-point game.
Tyler Johnson on an empty net, but then Danton Heinen scored, and then Mackenzie Entwistle got an empty netter from Zaitsev and Andreas Engeland.
Prison.
So
The Penguins should. You know what? You have to trade Crosby now. You have to. No, you're not allowed. You're not allowed. You're not allowed. You put the league through the Florida Panthers. You're not allowed. He should retire it. No, he shouldn't.
Now,
Sit in it.
Steve,
You deserve this.
Steve, I don't think people understand what the consequences of this are
Okay,
yet.
sorry.
So let
Go
me
ahead.
get to that
Go ahead.
part.
Go ahead.
This is why I need to tell the story. The story is, if the Penguins win, they're going to the playoffs. If they don't, the already called soft on Toronto radio Florida Panthers by Keith Tkachuk, they would not be going. They would not be going to the playoffs. They would not be going to play Boston. It would have been Pittsburgh-Boston. But Pittsburgh loses a can't-lose game against the Blackhawks. And by the way, their only other meeting that season happened in October where the Penguins beat the Blackhawks 5-3. And so what we have here is the one game that arguably gave rise to what is now close to, but not quite, a Panthers dynasty.
The Panthers don't have that 2023 Stanley Cup final run. They probably don't have the experience to get it done in 2024, and they probably don't have the experience to get it done in 2025. The Penguins and Blackhawks, completely unbeknownst to either of them, created the closest thing we have to a dynasty right now.
And it's important to remember how bad Bobrovsky was going into that run. He was not the starter in game 1 against Boston.
Who? Oh, man.
I think it was Alex Lyon.
Oh, my God, you're right.
Yeah. And he started the first 2 or 3 games.
Oh, my God.
And
dude.
so, like, this is what is so crazy about that game. April 11th, 2023. Dubas wasn't even the GM yet.
No, he hadn't been fired yet.
That game set up the next 3 years of playoffs. The entire, that inconsequential somewhat game for, Penguins just need to get one win and they're in the wild card. That game set up 3 straight Stanley Cup finals.